All right, everyone, we are back. Zello is once again here, but this time, this doesn't look like Mega Man Zello.
No, it's a little darker, a little more gruesome. That's okay though. So hi everyone, I'm back. I'm Zelo or Zello, however you want to say it. This is gonna be Ultimate Doom. So this is the original 1993 FPS classic, with the special expansion episode released a couple years later, actually after Doom 2. So we're going to be playing all 4 episodes right here, and the category is UV speed. UV is ultraviolence, that is the hardest normal difficulty. Nightmare is extremely difficult and gets its own special category. So we're just going to be playing on ultraviolence, and speed is basically just any percent. Let me make sure I'm on the right episode right here. 3, 2, 1, go! So Doom is classic. Ultraviolence is really, really hard. So we're going to do our best with movement to avoid as much as possible in this run. You're going to see very typical mechanic of FPSs where I'm going to strafe run by running forward and the side of the top. This gives us a speed boost because of how the game does move effectively together. So we have 2 kinds of strafe running in PCU. We have SR40, which is normal speed run. That gives us about a 20% boost. Special SR50 speed running in situations. Because the cars won't seize the butch and you can't turn. But that gives us a 41% speed boost. I think we So right here we have one of the most difficult levels in the game already at E1M3. The biggest key right here is that we take as many shotguns as possible because shotguns are so there's less right here. Yeah, should be okay if I don't get too blocked in this hallway. That's a bad pattern. 1% health. Oh, saved it. Gonna grab this med kit that's right here. Okay, we're out of the scary part, hopefully. Just have to survive this elevator gauntlet. But yeah, this is like one of the scary levels in episode 1. Despite being the very first episode, it's actually one of the more difficult ones because there are a lot of hit scanners with soldiers, where you basically either you take cover or they decide to shoot you and you can't do anything about it. So we're going to use an SR50 jump right here. We're going to actually break the level design by getting onto this ledge. It's very tricky with the angle. Since I'm using SR50, I can't actually turn, so I have to set everything up well in advance. Alright, there we go. So this basically skips the entire level. And hopefully I'm not going to get trolled by this door right here. Good. So that door is actually tagged as a lift, and if the actual lift is active somewhere in the level, you can't open the door. So this is probably the hardest level in episode 1 right here in E1M5. We're going to try and do a lot of sneak running around, doing some parts pacifist. Enemies can be aggro by sounds that you make, or on sight. So we're going to try and only aggro them whenever necessary. We will go ahead and get this secret right here because it has a rocket launcher. Rockets are very valuable. I didn't grab a rocket pack, did I? Apparently I did. It seems like less rockets than normal. Maybe I'm just paranoid. Okay, so we're going to get past all these enemies down here, hopefully. We're going to stop firing after a certain point. I'm getting beat up hard. I'm probably going to die right here. Yep, got dead. That's why we have quick saves. So, no matter how you slice it, Doom is always hard. So I expect at least a couple of deaths in a run. Like that. Probably save after I get the rocket launcher this time. But there are just a lot of really tanky enemies in episode 1, and you don't really get anything stronger than a rocket launcher to deal with them. So large groups are difficult to handle sometimes. Alright, let's see if we get a little less blocked here. I'm getting really bad luck on these rockets. Rockets have a 7 in 8 chance of killing a pinky directly. I'm getting the unfortunate 1 in 8 a lot. We're going to take the secret, take an invisibility. That'll help stave off the attack from all the hit scanners. Okay, so enemies generally like to move towards you. Like, enemy movement is very random, but they generally like to move towards you, especially when aggroed. So we can use that to our advantage to move across certain areas in certain ways and have enemies just move out of our way in tight hallways or such. So dark room right here. Hopefully we're gonna have the exit cleared out. Oh, get out of the way. Okay. All right, so here's a neat trick. We're gonna lure a shotgunner. So right there. Ah, the door closed on me. So what we're trying to do is get in this shotgunner to keep this door open for us. So this room locks for 30 seconds once you pass a certain point. But if you can get a shotgunner to bonk the door with his head, then it just comes right back on. It's like, oh, sorry. And you can leave immediately without having to waste any time. So very convenient. So we're actually going to take another secret to get to the next key, which is pretty interesting that there's another secret right here. Like, this back wall opens up into here. We can grab the yellow key directly, and we're going to open another secret passage. And this actually takes us to an ammo cache, which is very useful for most full game runners. There actually is a newer route for full game runs and episode 1 runs, where you can actually skip this entirely, and it's fast because of a new glitch. New glitch usage that we found, but I haven't had time to actually practice it. It's very inconsistent, so we're just going to be doing the standard route here. So we're going to try and not get cornered by a bunch of enemies in this room. So rush in, get over here, and manage to kill all the specters before they were aggroed and started flooding into the room. You have to be very careful not to accidentally face rocket yourself, because rockets in this game, just like pretty much everything else, do a ton of damage. And friendly fire is always a real concern when you have a ton of enemies around you. Okay, so here's the last hard level in it, E1. I'm getting pretty beat up here. I'm going to take this a little slow right here. Grab this medkit for safety. Just go ahead and save. Let's see if we can get around these pinkies. Nope, they're not being nice. Health is a little low. There are some resources we can grab on the way, so it's not too bad. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Mega Armor if I get this platform to activate. Platform doesn't like to activate sometimes. Come on. Thank you. Okay, we're definitely going to take the Mega Armor. So there's actually two kinds of armor. There's green armor and blue armor. Green armor gives you 100%, blue gives you 200, but it's a little more complicated than that. Green armor reduces damage by 1/3, and blue armor reduces by 1/2. So whenever possible, you want to try and conserve blue armor as much as possible, and not pick up green armor if you still have a good amount of blue armor left over. That's just more protection.
And we also get red armor, or is that a different game?
I wish it was this game, but it's not.
Ah,
That is Quake, though. I wish to play Quake sometime.
I was making a Zelda joke, but that also works.
Maybe Zelda is just the FPS that it didn't know it wanted to be.
Didn't they have like a Zelda like arrow-based FPS game?
Yeah, they had crossbow training. I think that's the one.
Yeah.
Right. So we've got the two Bruiser brothers, as they were affectionately called during development. See if we can do one trick after we kill them. They're not playing nice. Everybody's in the way. Come on, Baron. Okay. So let's see if we can get this last jump right here. This will save a bunch of time if I actually get it. Ah, okay, we're taking the stairs, a shame. So you can use the lift as it's coming down. You can use just a little bit of height that you get by stepping on it at an angle, and you can make that jump onto this bridge and avoid these stairs. But that happens. It's really tough. But that's thankfully episode 1 down. So on to episode 2. So this one's thankfully a good deal easier. There are some really tough tricks at the end of the episode, but the combat as a whole is a lot more focused and not as dangerous as a whole. So there are definitely some pretty difficult situations to deal with, like this pinky jam right here. And I guess that really ties back to the level designers. There were two main level designers for Doom 1. We have John Romero and Sandy Peterson. Romero did almost all of episode 1. and Sandy Peterson basically did the rest of the entire game, with some levels being based on drafts by Tom Hall before he left. So Romero's style was a lot of very tight corridors and a lot of hit scanners, and Sandy Peterson's maps were more gimmicky in that regard. So you're going to see lots of tricks and less combat. So we're going to go up here. We're going to get our first plasma gun of the run. Plasma's really good in Doom 1. We're going to mostly use that to clear out the boss at the end. And then we're going to make this really cool SR-50 jump, hopefully. Yep. Just jump straight to the end. You normally have to hit a switch to raise the bridge by going through the entire level, but by doing that jump, we just skip the entire thing. So we also get introduced to Lost Souls and Cacodemons here. Lost Souls are pretty annoying in Doom 1. They don't really do too much movement, but they have a lot of health, and they like to get in the way a lot. So we're going to take a very specific path through this maze right here. Avoid getting trapped, and hopefully we'll be able to sneak around a Cacodemon that's right at the end of this hallway. Good. Didn't get blocked by Pinkies. Pinkies are surprisingly fast, so they can be difficult to get around. So we're going to aggro the imps right around this corner here. We can do a little bit of monster manipulation by knowing when to fire and aggro them. And also, like I said, they generally like to move towards you, so we can use that to help them block open doors and such. So that door was nice and wide open here. So we're going to take another secret, which actually speeds up this area quite a bit. Why did I get a fireball in the back? Ow, that hurt. We're going to need to take the back ball. So we're going to take this secret right here, and that actually takes us exactly to where we want to go, which opens up another passageway. I accidentally skipped the line def for the teleporter. So line defs are basically triggers on the floor that you can pass. They'll do different things, such as teleport you, activate bridges, switches. Due to the way the movement in this game actually works, you're more like warping from frame to frame instead of like smooth movement. So if you end up on one side of the line def on one frame and then end up on the other side of the line def the next frame, you'll completely skip it. And that can be really bad. That can be really good, but that can be really bad usually. So this level's mostly just movement, so I'm going to use this time to talk about the trick in the next level. So we have what's called a Void Glide coming up in the next level. It's basically a fancy term for saying out of bounds, but this is really the only level in the original game where it's actually useful for a run. So we're actually going to get out of bounds using some really neat movement tricks, and then we're going to basically hit the exit switch from out of bounds. So I'm going to use this rocket launch here. We're going to grab that. We're going to get in this corner. We're going to try and go for a glitch called momentum preservation. I'm going to line myself up. We're going to just tap, tap, tap. Hopefully we'll get this soon. That was quick. We're going to line ourselves up. Fire the rocket. That was a bad angle. That'll work. So by being in the corner right there and shooting the rocket, I have enough momentum to actually push past the boundaries of the level and leave the boundaries. So now we're going to try and hit this exit switch. I need a very specific cue right here. There we go. That was pretty quick. And so right there, I actually have to hit the seam of the exit. So I use vertical mouse movement to be able to actually move myself just ever so slightly into position. So I need to pick up this extra rocket since I fired one extra. And then we have the first rocket jump of the run. So there's no actual jumping in Doom. So that means that we have to just kind of boost really fast. And this is the hardest rocket jump for me personally. So hopefully we'll get this quick. I'm just ever so close. There we go. Not too bad. And that brings us to the boss level, to the Cyber Demon fight. Cyber Demons have immunity to slash damage from rockets. So the plasma gun is much more effective, which is why we saved like 200 cells. So we're going to try and not get shot in the face with a crotch rocket, as we like to call it. The rocket does not come from the launcher. It's deceiving from the sprite. It actually comes straight from them. And that's actually different from Doom 64 if you saw my previous runs of that in previous marathons. So you always have to keep that in mind. So that's episode 2. So episode 3, Inferno. So this is probably the easiest episode to run overall, but it definitely has some of the most luck. And especially in this first level. This first level is very scary because we have to get past 2 Cacodemons early on. Oh, please get out of the way. They're chomping me. Okay. Pulse a little low, but we're out of there. So we just got a long corridor of pinkies right here. Like I said, Sandy Peterson liked to make very gimmicky maps. And then we have 8 imps crammed into this room right before the exit. So I'm gonna try and kill most of them and then pass by on the side. No, they're in the way too much. That's fine. We'll get these on the way out. So nothing really interesting about this level other than it's shaped like a hand, which I guess is cool in itself. But I do want to plug the Doom World community real quick. And
Sure.
this source port that I'm using to play this was developed by Craft Lab and other members of the community. This is the source port called DSDA Doom. If you don't know what a source port is, it basically lets you play... It's basically a modified executable that lets you play the game on modern operating systems with quality of life features. So that's why you get nice widescreen action, easy demo recording, you can see the level stats, just stuff like that. And the Doom community is always great about just constantly updating with source ports and custom content. They've done a really great job for the 30 years this game's been out. So big shout outs to everyone that's been involved over the years.
If you have some time, do I have some time for some donation shout outs?
Yes, go ahead real quick.
Fabulous. Got $3 from Windbliss, $3 named the hero and Soulblazer Violet. To name the hero and Soulblazer Violet in memory of a game-loving colleague who was taken from us too soon. They were interested in making a game of their own, but sadly was never able to see that realized. One day, I'll be able to honor them on my own, but for now, perhaps we can honor this gentle soul by allowing the hero to be named after them. Trans rights are human rights. Get another $5. It just says trans rights. We got an absolutely amazing $250 donation from Laura Rin, who says, heck yeah, I've got the house to myself this weekend. Didn't know that Power Up with Pride was on. Thanks for keeping me company. Well, thanks to you too, Laura. And $5 from Merlin Star, who says, good luck, everyone. Hope we can get Hollow Knight. And just as a reminder, during this marathon, we have a number of locked games that we need your donations to unlock. First one is going to be Hollow Knight, which is scheduled to happen tonight.
Echo?
Right? What?
What? Why is he coming through the exit? This is a first. I'm sorry to cut you off like that, but that's never happened before. I said the thing.
You said the thing and it was funny.
Look, I was talking with you that geckos were cute, but I wasn't expecting that to happen. Like, oh, you want to see all the cuteness? I got you covered.
Anyway, I was about to say we're at $223 out of the $750 that we need for Hollow Knight. So chat, please go ahead and if you want to get yourself an amazing extra run, it's going to be Godseeker %. Please make sure to donate towards Hollow Knight.
Thank you, Skull. Anyways, after all those Kako shenanigans, this level's really confusing normally, but if you know exactly where to go, it's pretty quick. We're going to use the BFG a bit here. I haven't gotten to explain how the BFG works, so I will do that real quick. We're just going to charge it up right here, fire, and everything dies. And how that works is basically there's 2 components to the BFG. There's a main ball that does 100 to 800 damage in intervals of 100, but that's not where the most of the damage comes from. So, put bluntly, it's basically a giant shotgun where after the ball fires, the game locks in your angle, and when it explodes, a bunch of invisible tracers come out from Doomguy's current position at the angle the ball was fired. And those tracers can easily do a couple thousand points of damage. It's a lot. So the strategy for that is either peek your head around a set of enemies and look straight at them to kill them, or just run up to a big giant enemy and give it a big fiery hug. And we love hugs at Pride, and demons need hugs too, even if they are fiery balls of death.
I don't know, I feel like the fire might be a little incompatible with the hugging.
Well, we're in hell right now. I mean, I'm sure they like the fire.
Okay.
So, we're driving through hell. Anyways, this level gets completely broken with SR50 jump right here. We're normally supposed to raise a bunch of bridges, but we can just conveniently straight run over all these gaps that we'd have to raise. And we can actually just jump straight to the exit bridge right here. Now, I'm going to actually save, because if I miss this jump the wrong way, I actually soft lock. And we don't want that to happen. So, I need to clear him out. There we go. And that brings us to the Spider Mastermind for the boss. So here's the Spider Mastermind. Oh, he got way more screen time than he deserved to have, so we're back here. I guess Spider Mastermind just really wanted some time in the spotlight there, so we're gonna play that a little more safe this time. There we go. That's how it should go. So that's episode 3. Now we get into episode 4, the expansion episode, which is by far the hardest of the 4. This level alone is absolutely brutal. There is basically like 8% health and a green armor, and that is it for recovery. There's like almost nothing to work with in this level. So already down to 36 health. We're gonna try and run with this. Like I say, screw it. Go to SR50 to try and get this key. Actually, you just grab it right through the bars right there. Why that actually works, I can't tell you the exact details, but unfortunately I died, so let's reload the episode. Like, there were several more level designers involved for episode 4, and American McGee was the one who made this one. He made some really cool maps in Doom 2 and Quake, but his maps in this episode are just absolutely brutal. Well, one of them is. The other one's not so bad. Alright, let's try this again. Hopefully we're gonna have a little bit more health to work with. This Spectre's in the way. I don't like this. Okay. Have a little bit more health this time. I think we can work with this. The hardest part is getting to the exit past everything else. Okay, I think we're good. Alright. And then we have another scary level right afterwards. So this has a really cool trick coming up. We're actually going to grab a BFG through a wall. And this trick was actually found very early in Doom's speedrunning scene, like back in the early mid-90s. I'm going to save right here. I'm going to line up in this corner, hopefully. Going to SR50, and I can just grab it right through the wall right there. So to add to that, we can go ahead and jump straight to these stairs and skip basically the entire level. Assuming I can get this jump right. There we go. And you can hear a Cyber Demon. We're just not even going to see him. But I need to get that cell pack right there. That Caco's in the way! Oh, everything is in the way. I want that cell pack so badly. Oh, wow. They really did not want to cooperate. Nice fireball.
Like, everyone was being so rude to you. That's not nice.
No, we're back on Earth, too. Like, you'd think, like, our guests would be a little more kind. This is still really bad health. Nope. This is episode 4 in a nutshell, basically. Like, no other way to describe it. Okay, so we've got another rocket jump coming up, but this one's a little tricky. This one we're actually going to do off of a lost soul. So, line up. Nice, first try.
Yeah.
So, doing the lost soul jump, you'd think would actually be really hard. And for most people it is, but for whatever reason, I find hitting a moving target easier than shooting the wall on spawning vats, where we did the first rocket jump. I don't know why. And these next couple levels are actually pretty easy and good rest levels, so this is a great time for announcements or donations.
Oh, fabulous, because I do have some donations. Give me 1 second. As you can probably tell, I have many windows open. Many windows. Anyway, we have $25 from Silu, who says, "It is always darkest just before the dawn, so stay awake with me and let's prove them wrong." Ooh, I like that. Please send me more poetry to read. I always love that. We also have $25 from Trainer Anade, who says, "Let's get Holiday. Come on, chat." Also, I do notice we're only $40 away from our first $1,000. So that would be really cool to hit during my host shift, maybe? I mean, it's just cool to hit in general, because it's $1,000 that goes to the Trevor Project. But it'd be great to start off the marathon nice and strong.
Okay, so right here, you're normally supposed to get a bunch of keys, but the level designer did something kind of weird. They left this giant window right here, so why use the door? We can just jump right through. So now we come up to the absolute most difficult level in the run, like hands down. This level is ridiculous. It has another Cyber Demon, but this Cyber Demon is in a very, very cramped spot. So we're going to need to try a different strat, because trying to fight him normally just gets you killed about 99% of the time, either from splash damage or he shoots you in the face with a rocket. So we're going to go over here to get this key to progress the level and open it up. This Baron's not in a very good spot either. No. I'm going to reload that and kill him. So the moment I grab this key, the chamber with the Cyber will spawn, so we're going to go and aggro him. And what we're going to do is get our BFT ready. We're going to try and have the Cacodemons roaming around, try and aggro him for us and take the pressure off. But he's not playing nice up there. I think we're just going to have to go for it. But this is by far the most difficult part of the run. You will lose lots of time here most of the time. So there's one. There's too many rockets in the way. There are too many Cacos in the way. Please die. Something shot me from behind. My health isn't in a great spot either. 97-16 is actually pretty low for stats, so we might be here a while. Oh, we got lucky. Okay, he got aggroed. We're out of here. Okay. So this level has one last really cool skip. We're going to grab a few supplies, grab the key that we need to open a door, and then we're actually going to do one more SR-50 jump to the exit platform right here. Just line up. As long as I don't get shot here, make it to the exit platform, you can actually just hit the switch that's still in the floor right there. Oh, I accidentally turned my full screen off. So this is the last level of the run right here. So just need to kind of gather a couple keys, or gather one key actually. And then we're going to rocket jump to the exit area and defeat another Spider Mastermind. That hurt. Let's go get the safety Soul Sphere here. I do need a lot of help to do the rocket jump, so better be overfilled. Doom guy needs to be looking nice and healthy. So we're going to go this way. Another way back to the entrance. It has another Soul Sphere, so now we're topped off. We're going to get rid of them. Oh, this Baron's in the way. Okay, one last rocket jump. First try, nice. And now we just kill this Mastermind. Time is going to be when I exit the level, so I'm going to try and jump in from the pillar right here. Hope I'm not going to get knocked off. And time.
GG!
Thank you. So looking like a 26:54. That's a pretty good time for marathon. It's a tough run. My best is a 22, but there's a lot that needs to come together to make this run work. So I'm happy with that.
As you should be. But thank you so much for giving us some Doom in the middle of our day. Even if things were rude to you, at least they were rude in funny ways.
Yes, the Caco will always be funny. I've got a little Caco plushie right next to me, and I'm sure he's laughing.
You did get $15 from Char Buddy, who wished you good luck.
Char, thank you, Char.
Yes, and we got a anonymous $50 donation, and that kicked us over $1,000. So thank you all so much. This has already been a wonderful start to the marathon. Thank you all so much for your support of PUWP Pride and of the Trevor Project. You all are amazing, chat, and you are amazing too, Zello.
Thank you, Scala. I just want to say real quick, thank y'all for having me again. This we unfortunately had somebody who had to drop, but staff asked me to fill in with this. I'm happy they let me do this. It's a really fun run. It's also very high stress, but it is really cool. Like I said, check out the Doom World community if you want to get into classic PC Doom speedrunning. They have a lot of really great resources for both the original WODs as well as a lot of custom stuff. And I will be back tomorrow with Citus. So thank y'all for watching. See y'all later.
All right. Chat, please stay tuned. We have more coming up. Next up is going to be Incredible Crisis. Because of all of that amazing generosity, we managed to unlock the cutscenes. I am told that this is going to be a really, really fun time. So we will see you all soon.